This is a video about Alexander technique. We're going to be talking about breathing. Um, it's also breathing is rather pertinent to Buddhist meditation, so we may stray off a little into Buddhist meditation. Or really how the two combine in a very powerful way, or breathing is a big deal in Alexander and in Buddhist meditation. So the way the Buddha taught to breathe, he taught you to let go on the out breath and put your attention on that out breath in a sense of dissolving and letting go. So in a way, you're going to learn, if you're able to kind of go, there's like two directions to go. One direction is to, use mindfulness as a crutch and to reinforce your sense of solidity and self. So one way you can go is to become more solid, become more of a watcher, become more of an egotist. There's another way you can go, which is a scary way to go, which is the reason more people don't go that way. A whole lot of people practice a whole lot of Buddhist meditation and never get the real point, even though it's pointed out very clearly. But that's okay. That's Buddhism, and it's a graduated path. So, and every path is a graduated path. So, in every path, you just find the level that speaks to you. You find the level where you're comfortable, and you go. But it's also about stepping out a little bit into some uncomfortable territory sometimes. So now let's switch back to Alexander. The press dubbed him the breathing man. All the most brilliant people of his age, let's say being the teens, 20s, 30s, he was getting pretty old in the 40s, but he could still pull it, but other things were happening. I think the war changed things. He went through some things that exhausted him, but 20s, 30s, he was famous. The press was always writing about him. All the brilliant people of the time came to him. They called him the breathing man. That's what the press picked up on. He taught people how to breathe. That was like so wild to them at the time. They were just fascinated by it. And he's teaching almost the same way as the Buddha. It's almost the same exact thing. It is the same exact thing. So what did Alexander teach? He taught a letting go on the out breath. He taught you to just train yourself. This is not, in his mind, this is not meditation. The idea of mindfulness was not very evolved at the time. There was not a lot of real clear understanding of mindfulness. He just was onto something, and he did it, and he didn't really want to combine it with spirituality of the time, because spirituality of the time was problematic. There was a lot of charlatanism, and he wanted nothing to do with that. He was had just on a little different path, but lots of people since then have joined the two. And some haven't, it's fine. Either way. So, he calls his technique the whispered ah, A-H. The way the Buddha taught you to meditate is open your mouth. These are exact Alexander and Buddha's words, same. Open your mouth. Trungpa says you got a little problem. Westerners have two main problems with meditation. Two main obstacles. Number one, the feeling they always have to be doing something. Number two, tight lips. Interesting. So one of your biggest things you're going to learn how to do in whispered awe or in Buddhist meditation is Alexander technique is repeating little simple things over and over. It's so simple that no one would think it was worth their time to pay attention to it. Over and over and over. Buddhist meditation, same thing. Just repeat this letting go on the out breath over and over and over. It's like so simple and so, maybe stupid. Some people would say this is too stupid for me to spend all this time on. It's too simple. It's too simple. That's the whole deal. This is so simple that nobody can believe it. This is so simple and nobody is going to believe it. I can't handle it that way. Trump Rinpoche says, open your mouth as if you're saying a whispered ah. The Buddha says, open your mouth as if you're saying a whispered ah. It's so simple. You can't believe it. You can't be bothered. It's just a letting go. Trump Rinpoche says you just dissolve out into space, and you dissolve yourself in space, and then you're just there in space. And you're not the guy you were. You're not the egotist that you were. Two worlds collide, but not being an egotist and being an egotist. That's okay. You just let those two worlds collide. You collide into not being an egotist when you let go on the out breath and dissolve. Alexander technique says you dissolve on the out breath. You just let go on the out breath and you make a sound. You make a sound in your throat that you can hear. Nobody else particularly has to hear it. Maybe your Alexander teacher has to hear it on occasion. I want to hear it in my student. So I'm going to get real close. I'm just going to hear it. But if you can hear it, that's all you need. You don't need an Alexander teacher all the time. You just need to take a few little tips and hints and then try them out. And then maybe I like to go further. Then maybe you go see your Alexander teacher. I'm going to go further. But if he gives you something to do and you don't do it, same problem we have in meditation. The teacher gives you things to do, that when you do it, oh, wait, that's interesting, that's powerful. What do I do next? Well, I guess I better go see the teacher because I did that, But if you don't do it, it doesn't quite work too well either way. So you just dissolve out, and it's just it's wisdom. This we call wisdom. Skillful means is whispered awe, practicing whispered awe. Wisdom is what happens next. You will encounter wisdom. And this whole thing it's called grandmother's finger. Grandmother points the finger and tells you what to do and where to go, but then you go. And if you don't go, well, what's going to happen? If you think grandmother's an idiot, probably nothing's going to happen either. So you just, in Alexander, we don't really talk about this whole thing all that much. It's just, but there's a thing that's going on, and we got 84,000 ways in Alexander to teach you that thing. I got 84,000 tips, skillful means, ways of teaching you how to go this way, how to